In 1988, the crowd at Tiger Stadium screamed so loud, it triggered a seismograph. Not a metaphor, a literal earthquake caused by nothing but human noise. Welcome to Death Valley, a 100-year-old stadium where students once lived under the stands and over 102,000 fans still unleash chaos every Saturday. It's louder than logic, bigger than any NFL stadium, and built like a concrete amphitheater. Today it boasts a 152-foot video board, a sound system that shakes your chest, and skyboxes stacked like luxury condos. So what does it take to build the stadium so intense, so overwhelming, it became a living myth? This is the story of how they built the most terrifying stadium in college football. In the early 1920s, LSU was a growing university with a passionate fan base, but its football team played on a small, outdated field that looked more like a high school setup than the home of a serious program. In the South, where college football was already becoming a way of life, that just wasn't good enough. So, in 1924, LSU made a bold move. They broke ground on a real stadium, an arena that could showcase the university's rising ambitions. The original Tiger Stadium opened with 12,000 seats. Small by today's standards, but it was a start. And more importantly, it was expandable. The real game changer came in the 1930s, led by one of Louisiana's boldest politicians, Governor Huey P. Long. He wasn't just a fan of LSU, he was a die-hard supporter. Long believed LSU could rule college football, but he knew talent alone wouldn't get them there. They needed a stadium big enough to scare the competition before the game even started. When state lawmakers refused to fund stadium expansion, Long pulled off one of the cleverest political stunts in college football history. He proposed building student dormitories right into the stadium. That way, LSU could use housing and education funds instead of athletic money. It was legal, ingenious, and it worked. The first expansion in 1931 added 10,000 seats. By 1936, the north end zone had been enclosed, boosting capacity to over 46,000. And all of it was wrapped around dormitories where students lived, quite literally, beneath the roar of Saturday night games. By the 1940s, Tiger Stadium had already earned a reputation for being one of the loudest and most hostile places to play in the South. Nicknamed Death Valley, it is repeatedly listed by major outlets as the loudest college football stadium. During night games, the noise is relentless, once reaching 130 decibels, the same level as a jet engine. In fact, during the 1988 earthquake game, LSU fans cheered so loudly after a last-minute touchdown that it literally registered on a nearby seismograph. No other stadium in the South has ever made the ground shake like that.
What this actually showed was the seismic signature, the small earthquake created by 80,000 LSU fans in Tiger Stadium jumping up and down for joy.
So, how do you turn a college football stadium into a seismic force of nature? You're about to find out next. When it first opened in 1924, Tiger Stadium was a modest concrete oval with just one grandstand on the west side. No upper decks, no end zone seating, and none of the chaos it's known for today. But even then, the design hinted at more. The foundation was laid with expansion in mind. LSU wasn't building a field, they were building a future. The first major expansion came in 1931. Instead of spreading outward, engineers built up, adding a second deck above the west stands and doubling capacity to 22,000. But the real twist came in 1936, when Tiger Stadium became the only stadium in America where students lived beneath the bleachers. The dorms, made from reinforced concrete and brick, weren't luxurious, just simple rooms with shared bathrooms. But they worked. That year's expansion nearly quadrupled capacity to 46,000. In 1953, the south end zone was enclosed with a matching double-deck structure, pushing capacity to 67,720 and completing the iconic Bowl of Noise. The stadium could now trap sound, and LSU touchdowns began to shake the ground. With tall, continuous seating on all sides and no major openings, its design worked like a modern amphitheater, bouncing sound back into the field instead of letting it escape. By the 1970s, college football had gone national, and Tiger Stadium needed a modern edge. In 1978, an upper deck was added to the west side using lightweight steel and cantilever beams. Capacity passed 78,000, and the stadium's exterior took on a towering fortress-like profile over Baton Rouge. Inside, things evolved too. The new upper deck offered better views, updated seating, and new press boxes, bringing Tiger Stadium in line with elite college venues. In 2000, LSU turned east, adding another upper deck, 11,000 more seats, and 70 luxury suites known as Tiger Dens. These private skyboxes came with air conditioning, catered food, and premium views, a clear sign LSU was investing in big-time football. Then came the boldest move yet. In 2014, the old dorms in the south end zone made way for a massive new upper deck. It added 60 more skyboxes, 3,000 club-level seats, and over 1,500 general seats, bringing total capacity to 102,321. Tiger Stadium became the largest in the South. In 2015, Kyle Field's capacity surpassed Tiger Stadium by 412 seats. And the inside? That's where the stadium truly roars. In 2009, LSU installed the Daktronics HD12 LED board in the north end zone, 27 feet tall and 80 feet wide, the size of a two-story house on its side. But by 2024, they went bigger. A new main board stretching 37 feet high and 152.5 feet wide, longer than an NBA court. Additional screens were added to the south end zone to complete the visual upgrade. Audio got a boost too.
Be able to give people the feeling more so than what they were hearing. Once they turned the system on, I could not localize the speakers.
A state-of-the-art sound system from Danley Sound Labs was installed, with twin speaker towers flanking the main board, each one 19 by 37 feet. The result? Crystal clear sound from every seat. The field itself is natural Celebration Bermuda grass, maintained year-round and sitting 4 feet below sea level. A high-tech drainage system prevents flooding during Louisiana's frequent storms. Security also got a revamp. Digital ticketing, upgraded surveillance, and emergency crowd control systems now help manage over 100,000 fans even during the wildest rivalry games. Yet for all the upgrades, Tiger Stadium never lost its soul. The stone exterior still echoes its 1920s roots. The original dorms remain tucked inside, a relic of football's golden age. And the H-shaped goalposts from 1924? Still standing. One of the last of their kind, and a tradition LSU fans still treasure as the team charges through them after every game. Tiger Stadium was built to shake the earth, but behind every layer of concrete is something just as powerful: the funding that made it all possible. So how did LSU pull off this century-long evolution without losing the magic? That's what we explore next. Tiger Stadium has evolved over nearly a century through bold engineering, creative politics, and deep community pride. Its funding history is as fascinating as its architecture, a reflection of LSU's relentless ambition. When it first opened in 1924, LSU spent just $100,000, roughly $1.8 million today, to build a modest 12,000-seat arena. In 1931, a $250,000 vertical expansion, $4.6 million today, added a second deck. But the real leap came in 1936, with Governor Huey Long's $1.2 million project, nearly $26 million today, to build dormitories beneath the stands. By routing funds through state housing and education budgets, LSU bypassed athletic restrictions and nearly quadrupled capacity. In 1953, the south end zone was enclosed for $2 million, $23 million today, completing the bowl and amplifying the stadium's acoustics. That phase was funded with a mix of state bonds and university resources. In 1978, a $5 million upper deck expansion, $24 million today, added seating and gave Tiger Stadium its iconic fortress-like silhouette, this time funded through athletic department revenues and local bonds, marking a shift toward internal support. As college football became big business, LSU kept pace. In 2000, a major $85 million expansion, $152 million today, brought a second upper deck, over 11,000 seats, and 70 skyboxes, financed through donations and revenue bonds. In 2014, LSU invested another $80 million, $102 million today, to upgrade the south end zone with club seating, additional suites, and a total capacity of 102,321. For its centennial in 2024, LSU completed a $19.8 million renovation featuring a new Danley sound system, expanded video boards, LED lighting, and facility-wide enhancements. This upgrade was fully self-funded by LSU Athletics through media deals and vendor partnerships. Today, the athletic department operates independently of state funding. Every project since 2000 has relied on private donations, premium seat revenue, media contracts, and game day earnings. Each home game injects an estimated $50 million into Baton Rouge's economy, from hotels and restaurants to local vendors. Culturally, Tiger Stadium is one of college football's most intimidating venues. It's hosted iconic moments like Billy Cannon's Halloween punt return, the 1988 earthquake game, and countless night games where the crowd becomes a weapon. Fans, players, and broadcasters call it Death Valley for a reason. It wasn't just built to host football. It was built to shake the earth, rattle opponents, and leave a mark on anyone who walked through its gates. 100 years later, it's still doing exactly that. As it enters its second century, one question remains. How do you modernize a place built on myth without losing the magic that made it legendary? The future holds the rest of the story. Ready to be amazed by the next groundbreaking construction project? Click on the video now and dive into a world where engineering and imagination collide. See you there.